Imagine a world where the boundaries of life and identity are blurred. A world where humans can be cloned, where science can create identical copies of ourselves. It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's closer to reality than you might think. Human cloning, while promising in many ways, also harbors a dark side, one filled with ethical dilemmas, scientific risks, and moral consequences. So, what exactly is human cloning? Human cloning refers to the process of creating a genetically identical copy of a human being. There are two main types of cloning: reproductive cloning and therapeutic cloning. Reproductive cloning aims to create an entire human, while therapeutic cloning focuses on growing specific cells, tissues, or organs that match the DNA of a patient, potentially revolutionizing medicine. The process of cloning typically begins with something called somatic cell nuclear transfer. Scientists remove the nucleus from a body cell, then insert the nucleus into an egg cell that has had its nucleus removed. This creates a new cell with the DNA of the original body cell. From here, the embryo is either allowed to develop into a full organism in reproductive cloning or used to harvest stem cells for medical therapies in therapeutic cloning. But it's here that the ethical and moral debates begin. The idea of creating human clones raises profound ethical concerns. First and foremost, how does cloning challenge our concept of individuality? Imagine being born not as a unique individual, but as an exact genetic copy of someone else. What would that do to your sense of self? Then there's the issue of consent. A clone cannot consent to their own creation. They may feel like they were brought into existence for someone else's purposes rather than their own. The psychological impact on clones could be enormous. Society might treat them differently, and they might struggle with the idea of being a copy rather than a unique person. This could lead to a sense of alienation and identity crisis. Socially, cloning could disrupt family dynamics. Imagine parents cloning a deceased child or cloning themselves. The ripple effects on relationships, inheritance laws, and societal norms would be hard to predict. Human cloning also comes with serious health and safety risks. Animal cloning experiments, such as the famous case of Dolly the sheep, have shown that clones often suffer from health problems, including premature aging and developmental defects. These risks raise concerns about the viability and safety of human cloning. Many cloned animals have died prematurely or suffered from severe abnormalities. What if the same fate were to befall human clones? But perhaps the darkest side of cloning lies in its potential for abuse. Imagine a world where clones are created for sinister purposes: organ harvesting, creating armies of perfect soldiers, or even as designer babies. The idea of eugenics could resurface in terrifying ways. Cloning might be used to create superior individuals, leading to societal divisions, discrimination, and a loss of diversity. The implications are chilling. Legally, human cloning is a gray area. While many countries have banned reproductive cloning, others permit therapeutic cloning for medical research. The inconsistent legal framework could allow unethical practices to slip through the cracks. As cloning technology advances, the legal world struggles to keep up. Without clear regulations, we could face serious ethical breaches. Human cloning holds incredible promise, particularly in medicine, where it could lead to groundbreaking treatments and organ regeneration. But we cannot ignore its dark side, its potential to disrupt society, harm individuals, and open doors to unethical exploitation. As we stand on the brink of this scientific frontier, we must carefully consider the ethical, social, and moral questions it raises. Because in the pursuit of scientific progress, we must not lose sight of our humanity. Subscribe to Science Realm for more journeys into the mysteries of science.